Hola mi gente, Juan Osuna here, and I wanted to talk with you about something cool that we're doing in class. We are in the middle of my favorite unit, the poetry unit, where I get to kind of share my love of poetry with my students. And as we are coming close to Halloween, I thought it would be fitting to share with them one of my favorite poems called Nothing But Death by Pablo Neruda.
So right now in class we're making posters for a poem called Nothing But Death.
Right now in class we're doing a poster, Halloween theme, because it's like close to Halloween. And it's about a poem called Nothing But Death by Pablo Neruda.
We're in groups and we're making posters about the Nothing But Death poem.
And so what I asked my students to do was kind of take a look at this poem and break it down a little bit using a new strategy that I found called the Big Six Breakdown, where they take a look at several different things, including the title, the speaker. They kind of paraphrase it a little bit. They look at some of the great language that's in this poem.
We're drawing out the figurative language, the speaker, the thematic statement, all sorts of that stuff regarding to figurative language, and it's really fun.
We're analyzing the whole thing, trying to figure out what it means and really the root meaning of it.
We get to see the writer explaining about what he thinks happens when you die, kind of, and some things that can happen to the people that experience their loved ones going through.
So once my students took a look at this poem, I asked them to come together and collaborate with each other to create a poster that kind of highlights all of this great language and learning that they did. So they got to sit with each other, they got to discuss, they got to draw out some things, and they put it together on these fantastic pieces that kind of highlight the great meaning that they found within this poem.
So we thought that death is inevitable and it consumes our lives, which means no matter what you do, you can't escape death.
Repetition where it's just darkness, 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 and that's just to show like how dark like the tomb is.
Oh, we wait for death to come to us, although death is lonely, because it's portrayed as a character.
The broom is the tongue of death looking for corpses, which is a metaphor, and this explains that death is looking for his next victims.
I think that the poem is the steps of death that people go through.
Basically, the author, he mentioned a lot about death and how it's everywhere and it's always present, and how eventually everyone, like, you're gonna die, he's gonna die.
I interpreted it as, you know, that death is kind of unavoidable.
It actually characterizes death as a real person, as he's like looking for dead bodies, and like he's the Grim Reaper basically looking for his next victim.
Okay.
And he even feels mournful while doing it, so it's a really great poem.
So for me, I think one of the really great experiences that I have as we go through this poetry unit is just seeing kids' eyes and faces light up when they read a piece of poetry that they used to think was extremely complicated, and then they start making those connections, they start putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and it clicks, and they realize that poetry can be a lot of fun, that they can really, that they have the capacity to kind of take a look at it and make those analyzations and figure out what poems might mean and how they can interpret it. And for me, that's just really cool. I hope I helped to inspire some of my students. I hope we had a little bit of fun with it and got into the Halloween spirit. I think we did, and so I wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you all very much for letting me share this with you, and I hope you enjoyed it.